Hello everyone, my name is Sushant. I am from Belgaum. There are four members in my family: father, mother, sister, and my father is a farmer, mother is a homemaker, and sister is working job in a company. I am pursuing investment banking course in Deshpande Foundation with partnership of Emarticus. I have completed my graduation in Rani Channamma University, Belgaum. My hobbies are playing cricket, listening to devotional songs, and swimming and playing carom also my hobby. And my strengths are I'm a self-motivated person and I'm an enthusiastic person. And I believe in the one quote: if you fail, never give up. Because fail means first attempt in learning, friends. It's all about me. We are going to learn about now. We are going to learn about the what is asset management. The topic is asset management. Coming to the asset management, dear friends, what is asset management? The asset management is a nothing but it's the it's a special like a collective investment vehicle. They call it as a collective investment vehicle also. It pulls money from like a different type of investors. It pulls money from investors and they has to be diversify that share, diversify that capital to like a financial system. For example, financial market, the derivatives, and money market, capital market, like that. The diversify that share, that capital, and it will be invest in the commodities also through the fund manager. This is called as a asset management. Coming to the types of asset management. Dear friends, we have two types of asset management. The first one is a direct investment, and second one is a indirect investment. In the direct investment, what it happens? Here it is. The direct investment, it's investor directly investor through the broker or like a custodian bank. The directly invest in the market. For example, I am the investor. I have a surplus money. I want to invest like I want to invest that money to the capital market. For example, equity shares and bonds like that. I want to invest. I'm not going to through the fund manager. When I am going to through the fund manager, they called as an indirect investment. I'm going to for my knowledge, for my information about the company and my information about the market also. I'm going to through the only I'm going to the invest in the stock market. This is called as a direct investment. I'm going to directly. For example, another one example I'm going to tell. I have a surplus money. I want to invest in Infosys. I want to invest in Infosys. I just have to open the demat account in Zerodha was thinking. Sorry, in Zerodha app. On the time I will invest that money to the Infosys. This is also indirect investment. Coming to the indirect investment, what it happens here it is. The indirect investment happens like I am going to invest through the fund manager. I am going to invest through the fund manager. For example, hedge funds and pension funds and endowment, and mutual funds also. I am going to invest through the fund manager. Because of why I am going to invest through the fund manager, I don't want to take risk, friends, and I want to like earn regular income and have only like I am a salary. For example, I am a salaried person. On the time, I am going to invest monthly and like it's annually also. But salaried person most probably invest in monthly only. Okay. The indirect investment is nothing but it's investing through the fund manager. It's called as the investment. Coming to the next one, friends. The types of asset classes. We have seen the two types of asset classes. The first one is a traditional and second one is a alternative. In traditional, what it happened, investing the like investing the stock for example investing the equity shares, bonds, like that. Investing the non-physical assets, they call it as a non-physical asset according to me. Like traditional investment is nothing but investing the stock market shares and bonds and like SPVs also. It's investing. Another one is the alternative classes. In the alternative classes, what it happened? Investing the physical asset, friends. The physical assets, for example, gold. The gold and like commodities. Commodities also called coming to the gold. The gold and silver and precious diamonds, like precious assets and diamonds and metal, like that we are going to invest that assets. This is called as the alternative classes. Coming to the next second one, friends. CNL, the asset management company. The what is called as the asset management company? In the asset management company, I told you, right? The asset management it's a collective investment scheme or collective investment vehicle also discovered. The various investment through upload document and the financial market and instruments as per scheme objective manage portfolio generate the return of fees, generate the return for a fee charge to the investor. It has to be generate the return, but it can be charged some amount of the fees. It's like 2% and 3% also. It has to be a charge, and it has to be a charge in hedge fund. 20% of performance fee. On that time, it will deduct like 2% because of the 2% is a management fee. In 20%, it will deduct 2%. After that, it will charge 18%. Okay, friends. Next one. Coming to the types of asset management companies. The types of asset management companies we have to see. First one is a hedge fund. First one is a mutual fund and pension fund and hedge fund and private equity funds. We have seen the different types of asset management company. Okay, we are going to focus on mutual funds and hedge funds because of the mutual funds and hedge funds is a most important in this present situation. Okay, coming to the mutual funds. What is mutual funds? The mutual funds is nothing but it's a collective the investment of the investors and pooling the money of the different asset classes, different financial system. For example, the investment is a scheme that pulls money from the types of investors, all types of investors. They find it's taking all types of investors and invest the traditional asset classes to the generate return. It has to be invest traditional asset classes to be a generate return. The main purpose is generating the return. Coming to the second slide. The features of mutual funds. The features of mutual funds. The first one is a low investment mutual fund. The low investment mutual fund is nothing but investing the low money. For example, it will be starting minimum to 500 rupees. It will be starting on minimum 500 rupees. You can be invest 500 rupees monthly, or also it has to be a daily also, has to be a yearly also, friends. It's a low investment mutual fund. Okay. And it's the most probably perfect match in salaried person of like a middle class family. Coming to the second one is the mutual funds are open-ended. The mutual funds are open-ended. The what is open-ended? Open-ended is nothing but anytime you have to take the exit and anytime you have to take the enter. This is called the open-ended. Open-ended is the word is telling open. This openly you have to anytime take the exit and take the enter also. Open-ended. And second one is diversification of benefits. The mutual fund is a diversification. Friend, you know the power of diversification. For example, I am taking my example also. In my present example, like a current example. You know, friends, the current recent news have from HDFC Bank. The HDFC Bank's shares are went down. On that time, the market has crashed. I think, I don't know, perhaps it crashed 1,500 rupees. You know, 1,500 points. Sensex has crashed. But on that time, I just maintaining my portfolio. Like I invested in Bank of Maharashtra, I invested in Indian Renewable Energy, I invested in Shipping, like Awareness, and I invested another one share, like Railway, RTC. I invested. On that time, in my portfolio has on the day has they give profit. This is called the diversification, friends. We need to diversification our money. On that time, we will make profit. Then mutual funds are diversification benefits. We have to see in their diversification benefits. Coming to the fourth one, mutual funds are highly transparent. The mutual funds are highly transparent. For example, it has to be anytime you have to transfer that ownership. Nothing but the ownership. Anytime you have to transfer, you don't want that you want to close that mutual funds. On that time you have to transfer. It's a negotiable. The mutual funds are highly regulated. Dear friends, the mutual funds are highly regulated. It means Security Exchange Board of India has regulated by mutual funds. It is a main regulatory body. It's a main regulatory body of mutual fund. SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. Coming to the second one, mutual funds publish their NAV value regularly. Mutual funds publish their NAV value regularly. You know, friends, NAV means it's nothing but it's a net asset value. Net asset value is nothing but it has to be a total asset minus total liabilities. On that time, the coming result is called as a NAV. The mutual funds comes with the investment risk. The mutual funds comes with investment risk also, friends. And investor have choice of choosing the various schemes. The investor has choice. The investor has choice choosing the various schemes. Like we have a different scheme of in our country. The investor has choice. It has to be a choose different various schemes also. And going to the next second one slide. Dear friends, coming to the types of mutual funds, we have a based upon trucks. We have a different types of mutual funds. First, we are going to based upon structure. Based upon structure, we have two types: open-ended mutual funds and closed-ended mutual funds. In open-ended mutual funds, what it happens, I already told. Open-ended mutual fund is nothing but it's open. The gate is open, cannot be closed. The open-ended mutual fund is anytime you have to take exit and anytime you have to take enter, and anytime you have to take like a sell and anytime you have to make the buy also. This is called as the open-ended mutual fund. In that, the closed-ended mutual fund, what it happens in the closed-ended mutual funds, it happens to be you have to take in enter, but it has to be some restriction of the Whenever you taking exit on the time, it has to be some restriction, friend. Okay, the closed-ended mutual funds they count as. Coming to the based upon a classes, we have a different class. The based upon a classes, we have different types of mutual funds. First one is the equity fund, sector specific fund, and thematic fund, and equity index fund, and fund of equity funds. You know, friends, equity funds. We are going to the fund manager going to invest the equity, and sector specific fund. The fund manager going to invest the different sectors. The specific sector also friends. From for example, IT sector, and thematic fund. Thematic fund. It's a thematic fund like. The thematic fund is a different fund. You don't know that proper meaning, but according to me, the thematic fund is same. Who is the popular in the country, that company, it has to be invested. And equity index fund. Equity index fund, yes, the fund has to be invested in indexes like index, for example, Nifty 50 and Sensex, and different different asset indexes. Coming to the fund of equity funds, the fund of equity funds is nothing but the fund manager issue the fund, the investors. In that time, what happened? The fund manager invest another fund, the fund of equity fund. This is called the fund of equity fund. Going to the second slide. Dear friends, we have to see the different mutual fund companies. See the SBI funds, HDFC fund, ICICI funds, and Prudential fund, and Nippon mutual fund, and another also Zerodha and Grow. We have different mutual funds, and IRCT fund also we have, and different mutual funds we have. And my favorite is Zerodha mutual fund. I want to invest in the future. Okay. Coming to the another one types, hedge fund. In hedge fund, what happened here? The hedge fund is also like that of mutual funds, but we have to see some difference of hedge fund and mutual funds. In the hedge funds, the collective of investment scheme which pulls money from the accredited investors. It has to be accredited investor. It's nothing but it's a high net worth individuals and institutional investors and corporate investors also comes under accredited investor. Accredited investor is nothing but who has managed more money, like crores together. Investors which traditional alternative asset classes generate the return. Which is going to be invest traditional asset classes to generate the return. Coming to the futures of mutual fund. In that futures of mutual fund, what it happened? The first future of the futures of hedge fund. What it happened? The first feature of hedge fund is a hedge fund comes with a lock-in period. Dear friends, you have to invest. You want to invest hedge fund, on that time you have to invest. You are going to invest in the hedge fund, but it's a lock period. Lock period is nothing but it has to be some maturity periods, like 1 year, 6 months, like that. Based upon a contract. The hedge funds can be invested both traditional and alternative classes also. Yes, friends. The hedge funds can be invested both classes, alternative classes and asset classes also. Traditional classes and alternative classes. Traditional classes is nothing but it has to be a equity funds and bonds, like that. Alternative classes is nothing but it has to be a gold and diamond and crude oil and agricultural product also. Coming to the hedge fund can be long and short in market. The hedge fund can be long and short in market. You know, the hedge funds sometimes it has been a short selling, like that. It's going to invest, and on that time they will going to the get back the money, take back the money. Sometimes it's shorter and sometimes it's long term. Coming to the hedge fund cannot be advertised as scheme. The hedge fund cannot be advertised as scheme. For example, the hedge fund cannot be advertised as scheme because of it has to be a private. You know, friends, it's a loosely regulated and it's a loosely regulated and that's why it cannot be made advertisement, friends. Okay, coming to the also I told you, right? Loosely regulated. The hedge fund has to be loosely regulated. It's a regulated, but it has to be a loosely regulated. Coming to the hedge funds are high risk but high return. The hedge funds are high risk, friends, because of you are going to invest close together. Most probably you are going to lose on that hedge fund also. You are going to profit on that hedge fund also. The hedge funds under LLP, like the LLP is nothing but it's a limited liability partnership. And the two types of charges. We have to see two types of charges in hedge fund. First one is a asset management charge, and second one is a performance charge. In the performance charge, what it happened, the hedge fund can be issue the 20% of best performance, like the what they perform, like the perform is nothing but it's a profit, friends. It's a profit. It has to be a charge, the 20% of performance piece. Coming to the second, the rise of hedge fund. In the rise of hedge fund, we are going to see like based upon fund structure and based on the strategy. First, we need to know based upon a fund structure. Standalone and single hedge fund. The standalone and single hedge fund is nothing but it has to be invest in a single entity, like that. The manager has to be followed. They cannot be included in financial institutions. They cannot be included and cannot be part of the financial institutions. It only has to be invested in a single entity, like that. The manager has to be invested. Side by side hedge fund. In the what happened here is the side by side hedge fund is a. We are going to see in side by side hedge fund two types, right? First one is a domestic fund and second is an offshore fund. In the domestic funds, the fund manager collecting the funds in domestically, local investors. Has to be a country under the country. There has to be a collected under the country of the investors. In offshore funds is nothing but it has to be a collected in a foreign investor. You know, the foreign investor is nothing but there has to be a invest in the different countries hedge funds, offshore funds. You have to see two types of the side by side hedge funds. Fund of hedge fund. Fund of hedge fund. You know the friends. The fund of hedge fund is it's nothing but it has to be invest. It has to be invest in it. Like fund. It has to be invest in a fund of fund. For example, I have a expert of like a fund manager, hedge fund manager. I need to collect the funds of different investors, accredited investors also. I need to collect, and afterwards, what I do on the time, what I do, friends, I don't want to take risk. I don't know about the upcoming market situations. On that time, I will invest another hedge fund. This is called as a fund of hedge fund. Come to the master feeder hedge fund. The master feeder hedge fund have two types. First one is a master hedge fund, and second one is a feeder hedge fund. In the feeder hedge fund, what it happen? The feeder hedge fund collect the money of the accredited investors. It has to be collect different countries also. The feed is a going to tell about the feed. Feed means collecting the money of the different investors. On that time, the feeder hedge fund has transfer the money to master funds. The master funds is a it's invest of the globally, friends. It invest of the global. Cannot be like It cannot be invested in like one of the continent, like one of the domestic country, like that. It's invest only globally. Coming to the base of our strategy, long term, long only strategy and short only strategy. Long only strategy means hedge fund has to be invested in long term, and short only strategy the hedge fund has to be invested in the short term. And market natural strategy means it's a natural, it's seen the natural of market, like it's seen the position of market at the time it's invested in the market. In long short strategy means it has to be a like long short strategy, it has to be a global macro, it has to be a invested in global. Come to the second one. The companies, the different companies of hedge fund friends. We have to see of the different companies of hedge fund. Like for first one is a category. The first one is a category, and second one is a DE shop. DE shop, and third one is a Man Group Limited, and fourth one is a 2 Sigma Investors, and fifth one is a Bridgewater Associates. Coming to the difference of mutual funds and hedge fund, we have to see of a difference of the mutual funds, hedge funds also, friends. You know, the coming to the, I told you, right, the mutual funds is a, it's a collective, the collect the money, the pools the money from all type of investors, and that money to diversify the different financial systems. And hedge fund is the pools the money of the accredited investors. It's also diversify that money to different financial systems. All type of investors can be invested. First difference, the all type investor can be invested. In the hedge funds, only accredited investors can be invested in the hedge funds. Don't have a high risk strategy. This is don't have high risk strategy because of it's diversify the sales, and it's not that much of money, you know. It's a little bit of money. It's not a that much of close together. It's the salaried person has invested in the like a 500, 5,000, like that they invest monthly. In the hedge fund has a high risk because of its high risk and high return also. High risk means it's have to be a close together. It has to the contract happen so close together. Coming to the regulated, the hedge fund has the mutual fund has a regulated, highly regulated of SEBI, and hedge funds are loosely regulated. Coming to the transparent, the hedge funds are transparent and negotiable. The mutual funds has a transparent and negotiable also, and hedge funds cannot be transparent. Coming to the second one, start from low investment. The mutual funds start from low investment. The hedge funds start from high investment. Can advertise the schemes. The mutual funds advertise the schemes. For example, Zerodha and Pro, Grow kar rahi hai, like that. They make the strategy and they advertise the shares. We have to we are collecting the mutual funds on that time. The announce the public and to assume the public interest on that mutual funds. The hedge fund cannot be advertised. Why? Because there has to be a private and it's loosely regulated also. The hedge fund has to be a high risk and high return also. That's why it cannot be regulated. Yes, friends. Today we learned about what is a mutual funds and the types of mutual funds and asset management company and hedge fund and different types of hedge funds and different difference of mutual funds and hedge funds. Thank you. We will see once again in another video. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. Thank you, friends.